I've got a bit of a confession to make in that I've kind of done all 15 videos or so on this website tutorial building CD thing, and I kind of messed one up. So what I'm actually doing now is, I think this is video number 7, and we're going to teach you how to sort of build your first basic page. But in fact, I've actually sort of gone on and done a lot more with this website since. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a simple page, kind of a gallery thing, where I'm going to have little thumbnails of 4 different animals, and then when you click on them, it'll take you off to the individual pages about the animals. But unfortunately, what I've done is actually created quite a lot more images than you're probably aware of already, because I've gone on and done lots more. That you'll see some of this stuff in later videos as you go through, but for the moment I'll just stop waffling and get on with it. This will be the animals page. Let's get rid of this now. What I would like to have is a situation where I'm going to, if we just get rid of this panel just a moment, I'm going to set it up so I can have a little picture of a penguin and stuff about chav penguins, and a little picture of a bear and chav bears and dogs and frogs and all those sorts of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert a table now, and I'm going to pop in a table here. I'm going to choose, what am I going to go with? Let's go with 3 rows, and we'll go with let's go with 5 columns. You'll see why in a moment. 90%, that's great, and border thickness, Norton, cell padding and cell spacing, that's fine. So I'm just going to pop that in, and also what I will do is just so let's Control Z and do that properly. Let's grab that table, and in the alignment we'll stick it in the center like so. So let me explain. I'm going to put chav penguin, and in a moment I'm going to put a picture of chav penguin there. I'm just going to make it a little bit wider there. Let's expand that. You can kind of see what's happening here now. And I'll put chav bear there. And we'll have chav dog. Oop, off. Not sure what that's about. And we'll have a chav bear. And what we want to do now is actually put some little pictures in. Now this is going to go wrong, but bear with me just one moment. What I'm going to do, hopefully we won't have too much lag, but I'm sure you're aware by now it happens. I'm just going to click chav penguin, and I'm going to chuck it in this little cell here. And it's going to take a little moment, but the penguin picture that's come in really is too big. Now the temptation is to go with this option of making, we'll make it 100, and then we'll make that 100. And we get that, and then you say to yourself, hold on, the table's all over the place. Well, okay, the first things first, that image, chavpenguin.jpg, even though we've reduced the size of it, when you're downloading stuff from the internet, it's still going to download a picture that's 300 pixels by 300 pixels, and then it's going to resize it. So let's say the 300 pixel by 300 pixel is, say, I don't know, let's say 100k. It's probably not that big, but it doesn't matter if you make it smaller, it's still going to download a 100k picture. What we have to do, and we'll have to now delete this little picture, which I think I just pressed delete on my keyboard. Let's try that one more time. There it is. I'm just going to file and save and bring this page back, because you think, oh, it's all over the place, that's annoying. It is annoying, but if you bring the page of animals back, it does actually put it back in place when you delete that picture. But let's talk about that picture now. I'm going to go off to Fireworks, and I'm going to file, and I'm going to open, and I'm going to bring chav penguin up. And the key thing is this: the images that you want to use, get them right in Fireworks first of all, before you put them into Dreamweaver. Don't put them into Dreamweaver and resize them. Get them right in here first, and we'll show you some differences in file sizes in a moment. I'm just going to go to Modify Canvas. Ooh, let's try that again. Modify Canvas and Image Size, and I'm going to make it 100 here. By the way, if it automatically changes, you can take this out. So I've got 100 by 100. So if I was to make that 50 now, it automatically changes the bottom one. If I didn't, if I took that out, 100 doesn't change the bottom one. I want 100 by 100, so that's great. And then I'm going to file, and I'm going to save as. And you can probably see a naming convention I've got on here. Chav bear thumb, chav dog 2 thumb, chav frog thumb. I've got chav dog thumb. So I really want chav penguin thumb. That's what we call a thumbnail. I'm going to press save. I think what we'll do, just to illustrate a point on file sizes and downloads here, we do go on to optimization in some later videos, but let's deal with this now. And I'm going to try and remember where I put this now. So my documents, I think I'm going to put it in my OCR Nationals folder. Unit 2, websites, chavzu, That's looking pretty good. And in images. Okay, there's all my pictures. Let's have a look at the old details here. Chav Penguin, well, 100k, that's a bit ambitious, isn't it? It was 11k, 300 by 300. But look at that, the Chav Penguin thumb is only 3k, 100 by 100. So what we're saying is the Chav Penguin thumbnail is about 4 times smaller in size. And what's interesting is that now you can just drag it and pop it, and you haven't got to resize it. I've got a Chav Bear thumb, a bit like Blue Peter. I prepared these ones earlier. Chav... Why have I got Chav Bear twice? Why didn't someone shout out and tell me that I got that wrong? That should be Chav Frog. So I want a Chav Dog. Let's go with Chav Dog 2 thumb. Let's put that one there. And Chav Frog. And I should have Chav Frog thumb, I think it was, wasn't it? There we go. Pop it there. So, I'm just going to get rid of that. Why did I leave these gaps? Well, some people like to break things up using a bit of a colour scheme. I'm going to highlight all of these here and go to my background colour. Let's put a nice brown colour in there. Does it work? I don't know. Let's have a look on the internet. And there we go. Going nice and fast. Not sure the brown thing, to be honest, works with you there. Oh, by the way, that's a bit of JavaScript that we put in there. Never mind, you'll see that in a later video. I really should get these things right first time round. But what we're saying here is that it's closed. No, I shouldn't really close it, but you can basically choose a cell and you can do background colours. I'm not really sure that green is going to work very well here. And I wonder if we can hold Control down and get more than one cell. Nope, try Shift. Yeah, Shift it is. Background green. Oh, that's going to grab all of them. Don't want to do that. Well, no problem. Here's a little tip for you. Background. You can choose the brown, and it fills it in like that. So if you can't remember what the colour scheme was, and you can't remember which one you chose, what you can do then is you can just click on the colour on the keyboard. Okay, let's file and save that for a moment. And what we're going to do now is that I'm going to take you over to the Chav Dogs page. Now, what I want to do is I want to put a couple of dogs on here. So we'll put here are our Chav Dogs. And I want to put a couple of pictures of dogs in. So I want, say, Barry the dog and Gary the dog. So I'm going to insert a table. And this time I'm going to go with, let's just go, I'll go with 3 by 3. And I'll pop that in there. And I'll put in Gary the dog. And Barry the dog. If any of you kids are called Gary or Barry, I'm sorry, but you have a Chav name. Now the thing is that if we think about this logically, let's get this in the middle. This is kind of offensive, but it is a Chav name. Anyway, let's align that in the centre. Yeah, so we want to put a picture of Gary the dog here and Barry the dog. Well, let's think about what size of pictures would make sense here, because the whole thing, get your pictures right in Fireworks first of all. I'm kind of thinking Gary the dog, Barry the dog. That table from the blue to the blue is 750. I'm kind of thinking maybe that's 700 wide, roughly 700 divided by 2, bit of a gap in the middle. Let's make the pictures 300 by 300. So let's file and open. And let's go and get Chav Dog. Just get Chav Dog first, the original one. It's a massive one, isn't it? I'm going to Control and minus. I want them to be square. So logic would say, if I've done this before, I do apologise, but I can't remember. I'm going to crop it anyway. And I'm going to modify that canvas, the image size, and we're going to make that 300 by 300. We're going to press OK. And we're going to file and save as. We'll call that Chav Dog 300, which you can probably spot. I've already done, but we'll say yes. And we'll file and we'll open, because I can't remember if I've done it or not. It's probably going to turn up on the later videos. Chav Dog 2 JPEG. And I think fortunately, if I just go to modify canvas and image size, I already have that as 300 by 300. So all I have to do now, back in Dreamweaver, is we can bring on Chav Dog 300. There he is. And we can bring on Chav Dog 2 300. I've dragged on the thumbnail. Chav Dog 2, I think it was, wasn't it? Again, A little bit common sense here. For example, Barry the dog, you might want that in the middle there, so we could centre align that, and we could centre align that. And do you want a different colour down the middle to break it up? I don't know. Let's do headings in a slightly different colour. Background, I'm thinking maybe that green. Does it work? I don't know. Let's have a look. Hopefully this is going to turn up in a second. Not too laggy today, which is good news. Don't think the green works, but I'm sure you get the idea. And I think that's interesting. See how we've got a bit of a gap there? Let's see if we can solve that problem. What you can do with Barry, you could just make the tables narrower by dragging over like that. What you'd hope you could do. Let's try and get a bit tighter like that. There we go. Well, you could have right aligned it, I suppose. Another way of doing that. Let's just show you that one now. Back to where we were. You could click in this cell and you could right align the dog. So Barry the dog goes over. Up to you how you want to handle it. I'm going to file and save, and I'm going to do one final thing. What we want to do is if someone clicks on this one, it takes us to the Chav Dogs page. So let's do that. There it is. Here's our link. Need the targets. Let's bring them back. And this one's going to link to Chav Dogs, a page I made earlier. So we'll file and we'll save, and we'll have a look at our animals page on the internet. And it's looking pretty rubbish, but I'll tell you what, when you click on that dog, it'll take you to Gary and Barry on the Chav Dog page. And that's basically all there is to it. I mean, yes, you can go online and you can look at various websites. The BBC is a good one to see clearly where tables are being used, or looks like tables are being used in their layouts. Quite a squarish, rectangularly based site. But OCR Nationals, all we really want you to do is start making some pages and lay your stuff out in a sensible way using tables. I think, to be honest with you, what we've looked at there, you can probably go away now and start to build most of the pages in your websites. Anyway, sorry about the discontinuity, if that's such a word, in the videos. Hopefully this now all makes sense to you guys, and you can move on to now the next exciting video. And I can't remember what it was about, but anyway, get on with it.